If you watched last time, you'll know we're off-grid in the Yukon, staying in a log cabin by the River Wheaton, about an hour outside Whitehorse. This time we're going to Carcross to learn more about the gold rush and check out this picturesque First Nation town. It takes about 55 minutes to get from Whitehorse to Carcross along the Alaska Highway that was built after World War II. Prior to that, stern wheelers would run the River Yukon between Carcross and Dawson City, possibly stopping in Whitehorse on the way. In 1955, the highway took over and travelling on the Yukon to get to the goldfields was a thing of the past. Carcross was previously called Caribou Crossing, as large herds would migrate through the area. In winter, it's a sleepy, quiet township with just 300 or so First Nation residents, who have been self-governed since 2006. In summer, a hub of activity as people come for the world-famous mountain biking on the nearby Montana Mountain, or to learn about the gold rush history and First Nation traditions. This cute building is the local post office. You might see lots of places boarded up as we walk around, but that's not because they've gone out of business, it's just protection from the elements in the winter months when premises are closed. The White Pass on Yukon Route Railway terminates here. If you watched our last episode, you'll have seen that up until 1982, it continued on to Whitehorse. Construction started in May 1898, and amazingly, in 26 months, it had linked up Alaska to the Yukon. Prior to this, prospectors took a perilous route across the mountains. Tourists mostly arrive on cruise liners docked at Skagway, Alaska, and enjoy scenic railway journeys into Canada, arriving across this metal bridge into town. The First Nation descendants proudly share their heritage and culture with totem poles and colourful artwork. Much of this disappeared after the gold rush, and now they're bringing it back for new generations to learn about. In summer you see demonstrations, live carvings, and learn the meaning of the artwork, animals and colours important to them. It was Skookum Jim Mason from Carcross, a member of the Tagish First Nation, who, along with Tagish Dawson Charlie and George Carmack, an American prospector, first picked up gold in 1896 whilst travelling through Bonanza Creek near Dawson City. This led to the Klondike Gold Rush. The building we are approaching on the right in blue is known as Caribou Hotel, not currently operating as a hotel. It has an interesting past, having been built in Bennett in 1899, then called the Yukon Hotel. It was located near Frederick Trump's New Arctic Restaurant and Hotel, former President Donald Trump's grandfather. During the gold rush, it was floated down to Carcross and positioned here, called the Anderson Hotel after its owner. Rich from the gold rush, Dawson Charlie bought the hotel in 1903 and renamed it the Caribou Hotel. When he died in 1908, Bessie Gideon rented it from his estate, but the whole place burnt down and had to be rebuilt in 1910. Following her death in 1933, stories of creaking floors and slamming doors indicated that Bessie hadn't quite left the building, still moving around on the 3rd floor. This is all that's left of the SS Tucci. Built here in Carcross in 1917, it was the same type of sternwheeler we saw in Whitehorse. Sadly, in 1991 it was set alight, and very little could be saved. In fact, only 2 still exist now, the Klondike and the SS Kino in Dawson City. I imagine this place is probably pretty busy in summer. Lots of people here taking the train and doing treks into the mountains, I suppose. But at this time of year, only us nutters from England are here. Oh, look at this. Completely iced. So somebody's put the done the stones. Completely iced over now. Before our walk around Carcross, we knew very little about its past, the role it played in the gold rush, Tagish, Dawson, Charlie, or the First Nation people. It just goes to show, no matter where you are or how remote, there are stories out there just waiting to be retold. Something we'd wanted to do forever was experience a ride with huskies. So that's where we're heading right now. We visited Alayuk Adventures, run by Marcel. She's been raising sled dogs for the last 40 years and has taken part in a number of competitions. Given extra warm winter clothes, we headed out to greet the dogs.
And everything. Okay, let's go outside. Hello. So here we are, we're going to do some husky sledding. Very nervous, it's very cold, what about minus 15? And you're going to actually drive it, aren't you?
Maybe.
I'm not planning on driving it, but we're going to about to meet the dogs now, so join us. Hello.
Hello. All the dogs are very friendly.
Yeah. Oh, it's sweet.
Some dogs are very shy.
Yeah.
For example, Davy, that one, so let them alone if they stay far.
Yeah.
And be careful with your pocket and the gloves. Some dogs try to bite.
They are. They want to bite on them.
Yeah, they want to play.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they are excited.
Of course, they're going for a run, which is what they want, isn't it? Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
These athletic dogs have been bred over the centuries to endure the cold Arctic conditions and live outside all year round. The barking is from excitement, as a number of them know they're going to get out for a run.
Okay.
The dogs are getting a bit restless. I think it's almost time to go. This could be the most weird and amazing thing we've ever done.
Alaskan Huskies were of great importance during the gold rush, a valuable asset to have. Horses and mules couldn't deal with the cold and heavy snow. The dogs could drag large quantities of goods and men across the harsh terrain to and from the goldfields. They were even used for day-to-day tasks like delivering the mail. Interestingly, the sport of dog mushing really came into being through the gambling of the gold rush prospectors. They would bet on anything, so the dogs would be raced for the miners. Today, a world-famous dog mush takes place in Alaska each March called the Iditarod, and some of Marcel's dogs have taken part in that competition. After an incredible hour covering 10 miles, we were back at camp. This was just a short stroll for the dogs, as they can cover up to 90 miles in a day for a competition. We really enjoyed our experience.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's great.
Good.
Oh.
Next time, join us in Alberta as we take in the most spectacular scenery in and around Banff. We'll be hiking down in canyons full of mesmerising frozen waterfalls and walkways hanging off the rock face, exploring the trails in Lake Minnewanka, and getting up into the clouds when we hike to the summit of Sulphur Mountain for spectacular views. Subscribe now so you don't miss the next episode, and we'll see you again on the next one.